And for weeks, the Sabah incident has been a major concern for the Philippine government. President Aquino has exhausted all efforts to resolve the incident peacefully, but all moves were defied by the Kiram family, who claim Sabah belongs to them and is part of the Sultanate of Sulu. Reports are filtering the incident is being investigated by political forces committed to no less than sowing instability in the country. And joining us tonight by phone, NewsLIfe, is Congressman Rodolfo Biazon, Chairman of the Committee on National Defense. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Angel. Good evening to everyone.
Yes, sir. Looking back at how the incident in Sabah has unfolded from the very beginning up to now, how would you assess the course of action which the President has undertaken?
I think that the President did everything that could be done under these circumstances. One thing that we cannot forget is that Malaysia exercises jurisdiction over the state of Sabah, and therefore is generally recognized by the community of nations as one exercising jurisdiction over the land. Now, with that, there definitely is very limited actions that the President can perform. And so far, I believe that the President has done everything that can be done under these circumstances.
So, sir, earlier during the press conference, it was said that this government's plea has been falling on deaf ears. What do you say about, let's do this one by one. First, the appeal of the Jamalul Kiram to order his brother and his followers to return to the Philippines, and also the appeal to the Malaysian government to delay their operations against the Kiram forces.
Those are the things that was done by the President. And as I said, that's as far as he could go. You know, we must first determine what are we pursuing. There are possible two things. One is the proprietary rights of the Sultanate over some parts or over Sabah. And then the other one is, are we trying to pursue acquiring jurisdiction over the area?
So,
those two things will require different processes. The first is, of course, Sultan Kiram can file a case before a Malaysian court, but that I think should be out of the question. And then the other one is Sultan Kiram can file his claim before a United Nations body. There, the President probably can technically assist. But if we are pursuing jurisdiction, territorial jurisdiction over Sabah, that will require another process. And that process does not include sending in an army of armed men.
Okay. So, sir, that we have to determine as of this point. Am I correct?
Hello?
Yes, sir? Sir?
Yeah.
Yes.
What's your question?
Yes, sir. So talking of those 2 points, either way, if it is claimed by Kiram's family or by the Philippines, that we still have to determine at this point.
I don't think that is that has been explained very well. No, we must, as I said, and I think this is the statement of Senator Miriam Santiago, that there must be first identified what are we pursuing.
Yes.
Whether it is just the private family claim of the Sultan Kiram, or are we pursuing the acquisition of jurisdiction over Sabah?
Sir, now, yesterday the President...
Hindi pa maliwanag yan eh.
Yes, sir. So we have to make this clear right now. So now, moving on, sir, yesterday the President also disclosed that based on intelligence reports, the Kirams are being supported by certain political forces given their boldness not to give up or surrender.
Well, we cannot make any conclusion on that issue because even the President is saying that there is an ongoing investigation on that matter.
So now, also there is a need for a study on what options, as we said earlier, which the Philippine government should undertake that to at least ensure that the Sabah issue is resolved peacefully in the future. How do you see this going, sir?
Well, we have, as I said, Kasi this is a very complicated issue, no? And our group had positioned themselves in Sabah, a territory that is being administered and is under the jurisdiction of the Malaysian government. And definitely, the actions taken there by this group definitely are violations of Malaysian laws, whether it is a violation of immigration, violation of their gun control law. Okay? Now, what do you expect a government who had been challenged this way? How do you expect the government of Malaysia to respond to this? The president, as a matter of fact, for a time gave hope that this would be resolved peacefully by appealing both to Kiram and the Malaysian government. The Malaysian government responded by extending the deadline several times. But Sultan Kiram had always been announcing that they would they are willing to die fighting for what they believe in.
So, sir,
right now, I think that the situation has been put to a point or brought to a point by Kiram himself that is now jeopardizing a lot of lives and a lot of livelihood of Filipinos there who may not even be their group. You know, people who reason for being there is, to enjoy a peaceful life and probably a better life. Now, the action of Kiram has put them under in a dangerous situation.
sir, as you
Now, if we want to end this peacefully, the government of the Philippines has done everything.
Right.
Now, the hands are now on either in the hands of the Malaysian government or Sultan Kiram. But since nangyari na to, no, lives have been lost, how do you expect the Malaysian government to respond? So what I'm saying now is that the ball actually is in the hands of Kiram. By all, we can all end all of this if Kiram will ask his people to come back home to the Philippines.
So, sir, you mean that is the only solution that we see right now, at
That's
least?
the only solution I can. Well, but if they are not willing, probably the government, and I am proposing this, to form a team of government and religious leaders from Tawi-Tawi, Basilan, Holo, and many others from our Muslim communities, no? For example, the governors, the 5 governors of ARMM, the governor of the ARMM himself, and some leaders that may be allowed by Malaysia to enter Malaysia with one purpose, and that is to try to convince the followers of Kiram to come home.
Right, sir, with the incident that's been happening for 3 weeks now, would you say that the Philippines has been pushed to the wall?
Well, what I'm saying is that the president, the government of the Philippines has done everything that it can do. Number one, it has made an appeal to the Malaysian government. The Malaysian government's response was to extend, I think, 3 or 4 times the deadline. It has made an appeal to Sultan Kiram, and everybody knows how Kiram responded to this. Then the president is now forming a cabinet cluster to study the claim, whether it is the proprietary right claim of the Kiram family or our own claim that has been left dormant for so long. Then he ordered ships to go there to be ready for possible assistance to our Filipino citizenry here, not only the armed groups, but those peaceful-loving Filipinos there who, because of the danger posed to them, would already want to come home. Then there is an investigation of possible violation of our own laws. For example, the law on gun control.
All right, sir. We are definitely one with you in hoping for a peaceful settlement of all these. Any last words, sir?
Well, I think that people should not be making conclusions on the matter without knowing what is the reality of the gun. And one of these is that Malaysia is exercising jurisdiction in Sabah.
All right, on that note, thank you very much, Congressman Rodolfo Biazon, Chairman of the House Committee on National Defense.